All right, we're back with Jackie Ganim DeFalco after a long time off. And Jackie, very exciting times. How are you doing?
Hey, doing great, Rick. Thank you for coming back to visit my studio. I really appreciate that.
Well, tell me what's been going on. It's been a while. I'm guessing with the Cape Ann Artisans, and I'm guessing that stuff was down all along. In other words, not sales might have been down, visits might have been down this past year or so. What's been happening?
Well, it was interesting. In the middle of COVID, we had to skip our spring tour. So that, sort of changed things. But last year we actually managed to have our tours.
Mm-hmm.
We introduced some new things. We introduced a summer mini tour, and we also, which is most of the artisans are on it, but not everybody. And then we also introduced, for the first time in December, we had people visit our studios. So I think we made up for the gap by adding a couple more tours. So actually we wind up now having four a year, which is huge. That's double what we had before, and one for each season. And so I think our sales overall didn't suffer a huge amount last year. I think people last year in particular were ready to come back. And I know for me personally, hair accessories were a big seller last year. Everybody grew their hair, and I hope they still have long hair so they can come back and buy more barrettes. But we have lots of other things too. There
are many layers here, and as a Renaissance woman, you're involved in so many different things. But give me a little thumbnail of the Cape Ann Artisans and what entails it, because it's more than just selling stuff.
Right, right. This is a really unique opportunity, and the more I think about it, there are many open studio tours all around the country and all around the Boston area. This one is really the oldest, as far as we know, in the country. And the beauty of it is that most of the artists have their studios fairly close to their homes and in neighborhoods. And so you have an opportunity to really see where people get their inspiration from and really see a lot of work and in their environment. And it's such a fun treasure hunt, really, around Cape Ann. And you'll just go to places you've never been before. You can ask the artists. They love, the more questions you have, the better. There is no naive question, really. Artists love to talk about their process. They love to talk about how they, got into the arts, because not everybody started right away. A lot of people got into it later in life. So I think we spawn a lot of new artists on the tour as well.
You led me to one last year, an artist, and I'm at a loss for a name right now. I'm drawing a blank, but she had a display over on in Gloucester at one of the studios, and come to find out her videos are as spectacular as her paintings. And she told me about how she creates these things, and it's all Rockport for the most part. It's just incredible stuff. So that's a great hook, I think, to get people into these studios, because you all have a story to tell.
Everybody has an important story to tell, absolutely. And they get to tell it in a very comfortable place, usually somewhere in and around their home. And this year we have 3 new artists on the tour, so I want to make sure I introduce them. So we have John Abasamro, who's right up the street from me, and he's a photographer, and he does a lot of work that I think will really appeal to people both that live here and people that are visiting. And he's really playing off all the natural beauty of Cape Ann. He loves to hike and capture everything. And then in East Gloucester, added to the same studio where Seneca Nogello is, we now have Rebecca Nagel. And Rebecca's so interesting, and she is a late-in-life artist, although she's always worked with motion because she was very into figure skating. And you can now really see that in all her exciting work. She just finished up at Montserrat College of Art. And then we have Melody Phaneuf, and Melody's over on Centennial Avenue near the Boulevard. And Melody is a very established artist, has done a lot of work in Boston, and was really, really fortunate to have her now on the tour. And they've just jumped in and added wonderful new energy to the tour, so we're really excited about that. Every year we kind of get a few folks that leave or take a leave, and then a few new folks come in, and it just spices things up.